It's Christmas time. Oh, hello, everybody. It's me, Chris Smith. And would you believe that this week I am reviewing Mean Girls, the musical, which is currently on its national tour in beautiful North America. And I just saw it last week. I believe on the 28th of January. It was the next to last day when it was at the Hollywood Pantages Theater here in beautiful Los Angeles, California. And you know, Mean Girls is based on, well, it's more than based on the 2004 movie that Tina Fey wrote, which was directed by Mark Waters. You know, Tina Fey adapted it into a musical, and of course it's very true to the movie. And, you know, years ago when it came out on Broadway, it started, let me tell you, it played in Washington, D.C. in October 2017, and then it opened on Broadway in April of 2018 at the August Wilson Theater. And it had a nice little run, but then it shut down, of course, with all of Broadway on March 11th, 2020, due to the you-know-what pandemic. And it was during the whole pandemic shutdown that they announced that Mean Girls would not return, which a lot of people were surprised about. I know I was, because I thought it was doing pretty good. Now, if you're seeing a blank spot over there on the wall, that's because that is where the Mean Girls poster has been living. This is an early poster. This is from the National Theater, because I liked this one better because it was a little more simple. And if you'll look here, this is what, when they moved to Broadway, they went with this design, which was a little pinker. It had some little quotes written in that were like taken from the Burn book, which is the book that those mean girls would write things about people in their class. And it had the tagline that says, "Don't be fooled by the pink." I always felt sort of bad that but I do love the dresses that spell out Mean Girls. Very, very clever poster and very clever logo. The font is fun, but it's mean. It's pink. It means business. I always felt badly that Katie, the lead character, who is the girl from Africa, who comes to America because her mother gets a good job and has to transfer. And in the movie, she's played by Lindsay Lohan. Let's see, in the original artwork on the DVD cover, at least, you see Lindsay Lohan as Katie, and then you see those three mean girls who are played by Rachel McAdams and what's that other girl? And well, anyway, you know them. Lacey Chabert and Amanda Seyfried. My mind was going blank on Amanda Seyfried. My apologies. And of course, Tina Fey was in the movie too. But I felt bad that only the Mean Girls get to be in the poster art and Katie doesn't get to. So I went to the Pantages Theater with my roommate Marco, and here's the playbill. Inside the playbill, you know, it's a book by Tina Fey, music by Jeff Richman, who's Tina Fey's husband, and the lyrics are by Nell Benjamin, who also did the lyrics for Legally Blonde, the musical. When we get in there, these little things fall out of the playbill, and you're like, uh-oh, but it's just people joining the cast, which is always nice when they add them. But we did not have the girl English Bernhardt who was supposed to play Katie. Here's the whole cast. Our Katie was played by Adriana Scalise, and she was very good. You know, everybody, understudies, standbys, all these people are so well trained and they're so ready to go on. So don't get upset. I mean, I understand if you're there to see Bette Midler in something and it's her standby and you're like, no, Bette Midler? Remember that on Seinfeld? I once went to see The Wedding Singer just to see Konstantin Maroulis, and he wasn't even there. He didn't play the lead. He played the guy in the band. But anyway, I still enjoyed the show, of course, and I saw it twice. So, well, I thought these girls were just so good that played the mean girls. We had Regina George was played by Nadina Hassan. Gretchen Wieners was played by Jasmine Rogers, and Karen Smith was played by Morgan Ashley Bryant. And here they all are on the top row. And the one who really stole the show was Morgan Ashley Bryant, who played Karen Smith, who's supposed to be the dumbest one of the mean girls. I mean, the cast was very, very good. Zoom in. And when I first heard the music years ago, when I first got the CD, I must say, I was a little underwhelmed because the tunes aren't really that hummable. You don't really leave singing anything like popular, you're gonna be popular. But when I saw it in person, I could see that the music is actually I could actually see and hear that it's much more complex than you think when you first hear it. And it's very interesting, the whole style, I must say. I was impressed by the music, and there were a lot of songs that I thought were very catchy, including a song called Stupid with Love, where Katie is pretending to be dumb to impress the boy, Aaron. Now, if you all have been living under a rock and you don't know what Mean Girls the movie is about, or Mean Girls the musical, as I said, Katie has moved from Africa. She was homeschooled. Her best friends were animals, and now she's come to America, and she is in public school, and she's trying to fit in, and she doesn't quite fit in. She's taken in by Damien and Janice. They're sort of, and here's the girl playing Janice. Lindsay Heather Pierce, and Eric Huffman is playing Damien. He's too gay to function, according to the show. And Aaron Samuels is played by Dante Carter. And like I said, the cast was all very good. This show is directed by Casey Nicolau, and of course he did the choreography as well. And it moves. It's a very fast-moving show. There are projections used. The set is very well done, I must say. And now, when I was on Broadway, when I was in New York in 2019, I didn't go see Mean Girls because I went to see Beetlejuice that day with that Abigail saw Mean Girls across the street, and we went to Beetlejuice. Well, they might not have been on the same street, but anyway. Abigail bought me this beautiful magnet, and I was hoping that they had a different magnet this time so that I could buy, but I saw they were still selling this one. In this, it's the opposite of the poster design that I showed you. Now their backs are to you, and you see that Regina George is holding the burn book. Now, they were selling a burn book there that is like the show program, but I didn't buy it because it was $20, and I'm like, I'm not very good at really looking at all of my programs when I buy them. I look at them, of course, but then they just sit on a shelf and gather dust. And I thought, no, I'm going to be frugal and save my $20 now that gas prices are going up. Now, so Mean Girls, when it played New York, it got many nominations at the Tonys. I believe I counted 12, and they included Best Musical, Best Actress in a Leading Role, Taylor Lautner, Best Actor in a Featured Role in a Musical for Gray Henson, and Best Actress in a Featured Role in a Musical for Ashley Park. The book by Tina Fey got nominated. The score by Jeff Richman and Nell Benjamin got nominated. The scenic design got nominated. Best costume design of a musical, all nominations. Best sound design, best direction of a musical, and best choreography, and best orchestrations, all nominated. No wins. But it did win a best outstanding book of a musical at the Drama Desk Awards for Tina Fey, and it also won outstanding book of a musical for Tina Fey at the Outer Critics Circle Awards. So that's very nice. And the Outstanding Ensemble in a Broadway Show award was given at the Cheetah Rivera Awards for dance and choreography for the whole ensemble. So that's very cool. So the show is touring, and the tour is sort of nearing its end. I'll go over the tour dates in a second. But look, here is the cast. Here's that girl, the Karen character that I was telling you about. She's very funny. So, and as you can see, Regina George is not played by a blonde actress in a stereotypical way, or like you see Taylor Lautner playing, in the Broadway version. I love that they are letting the girls look, different. They're representing. It's just not so cookie cutter as blonde. So here are the Mean Girls, and there, of course, is the girl who we did not have, who was playing Katie, who her friends also called her Caddy. Here's Aaron and Katie. See, if you look, the projections, very colorful. Lots of movement on the stage. There's Janice and Damien. And yes, I must say I was very impressed by the production and everyone involved. Now, so as I told you, there's not very much left of the tour, and you can mark off the Los Angeles stop because it's already gone from there. So now, January 31st through February 26th, it's at the Golden Gate Theater in San Francisco. San Diego is next. After that, February 28th through March 5th. And then Costa Mesa, California. You can scroll and look and go online if you want. Then on to Las Vegas. Then it's going to be in beautiful Tucson, Arizona at the end of March and to April 2nd. Then it goes on the Florida leg of the tour. Sarasota, Florida, Naples, Florida, and then down to Jacksonville, Florida. And finally, May 2nd through May 7th, it's in Fort Lauderdale. So, if you're nearby any of these cities, you still have time to catch the rest of the Mean Girls North American tour. This is one of those shows that the tour was interrupted because of COVID as well. So I was very upset that because it was supposed to come to LA and then it didn't. So if you get a chance to see Mean Girls, do take this opportunity. It's a fun show, and it's fun for the whole family. You know, we had a whole pack of Girl Scouts sitting next to us, and they all seemed to enjoy it. And Marco bought some cookies through a link that the mother sent. So anyway, okay, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you go see theater, especially Mean Girls. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.